after months of protests and dissent over the controversial judicial reform, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu says he will drop the most controversial part of his judicial plan. Well, while speaking to the Wall Street Journal, Netanyahu said that he will revise another element that would have given the ruling coalition more power to appoint judges. Well, Netanyahu's comments come after a series of recent protests across Israel. Earlier, Netanyahu's coalition lawmakers also indicated that the new bill would be a far softer version of the previous proposals. This aims to calm tempers, as the earlier draft had sought to almost totally roll back the Supreme Court's power. But the opposition isn't convinced. They're insisting that even the new bill keeps the door to corruption open. Well, the proposed judicial overhaul has also stirred Western concerns over Israel's democratic health. Critics attempt to curb courts' independence by Netanyahu, who is himself on trial for graft charges and heavy corruption. Meanwhile, in the Wall Street interview, Netanyahu rejected calls to join the West's efforts to arm Ukraine, while adding he will also share concerns with Russia over Moscow's growing military ties with Iran. Well, for more, our correspondent Jodie Cohen joins us live from the country now. How are people responding to these latest developments, and do you expect to see an uptick in the protests in the coming weeks, Jodie?
Hi, Katie. So remember, in June, the opposition paused the talks on the judicial reform bill until the coalition fills its position on the judicial selection panel. And at the time, Prime Minister Netanyahu told his coalition that the original bill was effectively dead. And it appears that in his comments today to have confirmed this, suggesting that he's going to be dropping the most controversial parts of that original bill. Now, this week, the government brought in a new bill covering one aspect of the original bill, which is that judges would be able to judge government decisions according to the law, but not according to what judges consider to be reasonable. The coalition wants to fast-track this bill so it would become law before the summer recess. The opposition is opposed to it. The coalition says the opposition actually agreed to it in the talks, and now the coalition is reportedly working on a compromise version of this new bill. In the meantime, protest leaders are suggesting that they will step up protests, including a blockade of the airport on Monday. We know that 110 Air Force reservists have threatened not to serve if any aspect of that original bill passes the third Knesset reading in the Parliament. And interestingly, the US Ambassador Tom Nidas, he said that he thinks Netanyahu won't advance the entire overhaul due to the dramatic reaction of the protesters. And President Herzog also has urged for a return to the talks before, as he said, it's too late.
Jodie Cohen, thank you so much, reporting live from Israel for us here on the channel today about Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu saying he will drop the most controversial part of his judicial plan. Jodie, thank you.